Barney. Found out. Gossip Girl. XOXO. Busted. Oh, oh, oh. I don't know.
Oh my god, can we get a puppy? They're so cute.
Are they free?
3 females and 1 black male.
Are they free?
They're American Bulldogs.
Are they free?
Mixed with German Shepherd and Pit Bull.
Are they free?
Oh my god. Billy.
Are they free?
I texted him.
Since they're mutts, they gotta be free, right?
Michael Metzger would never charge me for a dog.
I want a pup. I like bulldogs. Is a bulldog dominant? I ain't gonna be big dogs.
I want the back one. Oh, the male is black. I want the little tiny girl. With the white nose.
I want a bulldog, not a fucking pit bull. Halfway fortress.
They'll be ready December 22nd with their first round of shots.
Okay.
But I don't know how much it costs.
Free.
See, it's like my lifelong best friend. But we have to drive to Delaware to get it.
Free.
Delaware, Ohio.
Free.
It's not that far. Your grandma would kill us.
Sure.
Can we take it to visitation?
No getting rid of it and you walk it every day.
Yeah. 2 or 3 times.
And feed it. And pick up its food.
Yeah.
Hi, can I join in as far as you?
And paint our tunnels. Okay?
Yeah, buddy, if you want to. I think I have a summon sign if you want help. I'm just kinda okaying right now. My party's open as usual. If you want to join that, you're more than welcome. Being summoned. What's up? What's going on, buddy? That shit. That's all you're getting.
Can I have a cigarette? Please?
Yeah, now is where you get it. if you're dying that much, just start putting your soap sign down, get some souls up, and level up a few times before you try and progress. Or summon a few people and let them do the work. You don't have to fight the crabs by any means, but they are a decent source of souls. Honestly, I don't remember if they give you a ring or not. The cursed ratted greatsword, great wood, yeah. Once you, the first like 3 or 4 bosses are just like teaching you mechanics. Now that you got past the great wood, you'll start getting actual hard bosses. So. It wrecked. Mate. I mean, if you're going for... What up, Shanks? If you're going for, like, straight, like, great swords, then, yeah, just increase your strength and dexterity. You'll be able to use pretty much anything you want.
We're gonna do a magic build on the guy to talk to.
No love at all. Thanks for smoking all of it.
What'd you say, Shanks?
You didn't even leave your girl any weed, bro?
Nah, she wanted to hit my cigarette that I was already, like, halfway done with.
Finished it already? She's gonna
Right.
get upset
This
with
one,
you,
right?
man.
That's another one.
You're right, she can smoke around.
The white one.
If he was wanting to do a magic build, I am the gentleman to talk to.
This one with the white note?
Yeah, I like the one.
If it's a boy, he's all like, I don't know.
I like magic builds. My last character was... I usually make like a cell sword type deal for my first character.
Oh, dude, my magic build is the most amount of OP.
That's usually what I go for. I want to be able to equip at least like 5-6 spells and just fucking one-shot everything with every shot I shoot.
I'd be that asshole in PvP who would just fuck everybody up. You guys remember what's the highest soul count you've had before you died?
Like millions? Sure.
Yeah, I had like 5 mil before I died once. $5 mil. About like 5.4 mil. Yeah.
The first time I make a character, I try and like get him all the way maxed out before I get bored, then make a new guy. I'm definitely ready for his next game for sure.
That's so trippy, dude. I can hear myself talk about 30 to about 20 seconds afterwards, and I keep the same to everybody.
I am streaming, so that might be part of it.
There's just so much noise going on. Dude, this is so trippy.
Rosebud?
Yeah, it's about 20
Can I
seconds.
name her Rosebud?
Yeah.
Please?
Is it called Just the Great Club?
It can be. It can be.
Yeah. It's a decent fucking weapon for sure.
If you know what you're doing with it, then yes. If not,
All the weapons are... All the weapons are valid. You just gotta, like, pretty much base your playstyle off of them. Yeah. The deep battle axe is alright. It's like the first weapon you actually find that does, like, elemental damage on top of regular damage.
I sadly can't play this game anymore.
Well, you don't have it anymore?
My friend, I'm epileptic. I've had 4 seizures playing Dark Souls. The
It's
actual
not quite
all
worth
games
it at
of
that
Dark
point,
Souls.
for sure.
Yeah. Like I
One day they'll turn on the they'll fucking make an epilepsy fucking
Dark Souls.
option.
I could have sued Dark Souls 2. I could have sued Dark Souls when they made Dark Souls 2 because
they
I
didn't
had a
have the
seizure
fucking...
playing Dark Souls 2 and they don't have a seizure warning.
Yeah, they didn't have the disclaimer, I remember that. Then they changed it because somebody did sue them.
And it actually wasn't me. So.
Nah, I've always loved these games, so... That's super shitty that you can't play them without having seizures, though, for sure.
You're telling me. This game is...
Maybe you'll be able to play their next one. It's like it's not gonna be like a realistic one.
My doctor completely banned me from playing these games.
Well, it's not gonna be it's not gonna be the same type of animation. It's like a vampire.
I had over 40,000 hours of playtime in Dark Souls.
That's ridiculous. I don't think I could.
I had over 40,000 hours played in Dark Souls.
Damn it. I mean, with as many characters as I've had, I could probably max out at like 200 or 300 hours.
Yeah, it was fun playing them. I used to fucking... Yes.
It's definitely
Dark
good.
Dark Souls 2 is lovely. I
liked all the games,
caress
but
that game in my sleep if I could.
Dark Souls 2 probably wasn't the best for certain aspects. There was definitely aspects that it was the best at.
Oh, you played the third one first? Please. No. Bad. Bad Trench friend. Bad.
So you can't even go back and play Demon Souls now, bro. They shut the servers down like 2 days ago. Yeah, Demon Souls was where it was at. That was like the original.
Kinda upset.
That wasn't like, it was the original Dark Souls.
I'm kinda upset, man.
He's a youngin'. He probably was too young to even like consider playing a game at that point then.
Trent, you should have definitely made him forced him to play the first one. He would have cried. If you force him now to play the first one, he's just gonna cry.
Demon
Dark Souls 1 is the hardest game.
Demon Souls was a bit more linear.
Oh my god, a baby! I see a baby. The baby is so cute.
Yeah, that's my niece. She's got a double ear infection right now.
Oh, that,
Yeah,
poor
you're a
baby.
mad little girl. Mad little
Oh.
girl.
Don't pick on me, then.
Hey.
Don't pick on me.
Hey.
You don't pick on me.
Hey.
Oh,
Hey.
poor baby. She
Don't pick
is.
on me right now. I don't.
That just sounds awful having a double ear infection.
Yeah, she has like, out of like my 3 kids and my 3 nieces at this point, she has the ultimate pouty lip. Like, she's got that shit mastered, bro. Like, oh, you meant to break my heart with that, did you?
I was at work today. There was somebody who came in to grab batteries for their controller for Xbox One. I sat. He was like, while I was ringing him up, so my boss couldn't yell at me. I was talking to him about video games.
Right.
My boss just sat there and just was glaring at me. I started laughing. I was just like, I'm a nerd. Leave me alone.
Nah, they need people to... Every company needs people to actually chat people up, you know what I mean? It's
I
what
have
makes
really
good customer service.
Wind Dragon Great Shield.
Uncle George.
I got you on any information you might need, that's for sure.
Idiots are for the weak.
Staring at you.
No, he was staring at Bill.
Like Scoobs.
Zoinks! Yeah, I have to adjust every game I play. Otherwise, I'll try and hear people and just blow my own fucking eardrums out. Get out of here, you big crab! This is the best advice I can give you for like a new Souls player. You gotta take your time.
How did
Like,
he get
go ahead and collect the bonfire, but like, as soon as you get the bonfire, teleport to the last one you got. And explore the shit out of the area. Worst comes to worst, you'll get a level up out of it.
Yeah, tell myself out of there.
Right. If
My
it's
anger
your
was
first
so- my anger was
playthrough,
bad.
I would say stop watching videos about it entirely. It's
Yeah.
one of the best things about Dark Souls is the fact that it doesn't really give you a storyline. You're kind of like left open to figure out what you want to fucking do with yourself. Yeah. Well, I mean, half the fun is just kind of... It's like a gigantic puzzle. So, like, half the fun is figuring out the puzzle. If you spoil it for yourself, like, every time you go into a new area, you're never really going to be very good. You'll be able to beat the game, but you won't ever be very good. So when people invade you, they're just going to fucking wreck your face.
There are like 6 people talking. I swear it's in my head now. See, I would have had these guys dead already. I was the mage.
Oh, yeah. At this point, I think you can have the, like, revolving the like soul. I can't remember what it's called, but the one that's like a big soul orb and just kind of flies through everything. Cause I have a pretty distinct memory of having
ones, though,
just like fucking flinging one and it just like destroying everything in its wake.
Yeah, there's a better one though. Forget the name of it, but. Echo.
And on your, I mean, once you get to your second playthrough, you can just like shit on stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yep.
Every time you start a new game, you can accurately judge everybody being at least twice as strong as you imagine them to be.
Then multiply it by 4.
Right. Like when you start your first new game, the like start out bad guys will one hit you for sure. Even if you over level, they're still gonna fucking 2 hit you. I'm assuming he's one of the DLC bosses. I haven't touched any of the DLC yet, so... If he spawns something, he's definitely a boss. Because there's like there's no necromancy spells or anything along those lines. A 101 times. I don't even know what max level is. It's gotta be like 90 something. 99. Which I do believe the max points is 99. It's just after 40 you get diminishing returns. So if you're getting like, if you're putting 1 into, let's say, vitality and getting 50 HP every time you level up, once you hit 40 in vitality, you're only going to be getting like 20, probably closer to 10 HP every time you level up. What are you going for? Are you going for like a yeah, like a kind of all-around powerful knight class? Yeah. Yeah, early game, you just really want to focus on vigor. Once you hit like 20, 25 vigor, you'll be alright to beat your first playthrough. You know what I mean? Still have some decent survivability to you. Once you start learning like the hitboxes for your weapon, you'll be pretty good off. And if you don't know what I mean by hitboxes, if I hit somebody with the tip of this sword, it'll do more damage than if I like sideswipe it and fucking turn while I'm hitting. But if I hit somebody with the base of the sword, it'll deal more poise damage, which will eventually lead to them staggering quicker. It all depends on which weapon you're using. You said it's the club that you're using. That's right. The D-Pax has the stomp, right? I think it was the stomp. War cry. Yeah, let out a spirited war cry that temporarily boosts attack. Well, essentially you would hit L2, he'll do like a stomp and a yell. And you'll do more damage with that, but his moves will change with the L1, R2 attacks. Or the R1, R2 attack, sorry. You have to have either a shield or a weapon that allows you to parry. Yes. If you're on my stream right now, for example, like quick step is not one, shield splitter is not one, stance, no. Stomp. I think stomp actually can be used as a parry, but I haven't played it long enough to where I could tell you precisely how you would do that. You would actually need to look up some that, well, look through your stuff and see the shields themselves, like the small leather shield. It actually has a skill named parry, and Twin Dragon Great Shield. That has shield bash. You don't want to worry too much about the actual effects that the shields have. You want to more worry about the skills that they have. If you're going to be using a shield to begin with, you want it to have parry. Like, it doesn't. If you go to your equipment screen and go down to your shields, you hit square if you're on PlayStation. I think it's X if it's Xbox. But it'll bring up the different information. So it'll actually give you like a readout of generally what the weapon is, or what the shield is, or what the armor is. And it will... some weapons, like, there's definitely exclusions that kind of like leave it up to your imagination, but the Twin Dragon Great Shield you're using, its skill is Shield Bash. Without lowering your guard, strike an enemy with the shield and knock them back or stagger them. Works while equipped in either hand. A lot of weapons have, a lot of the shields have parry. Like, if you're looking at mine right now, the War God and the Silver Eagle Kite Shield, they both have a skill called Weapon Skill, so it'll actually allow you to use your regular weapon skill with the shield equipped. Now the weapon skills, like the sword I'm using in particular, the weapon skill is this flip. It allows me to kind of arc, do different stuff after I do the little flip. But all the weapon skills take up your FP, so if you're using something like I am, where I'm trying to like save my FP to be able to do extra heals, you probably don't want to use your weapon skill too much. Yep. It all really depends on how you want to... welcome back. It all really depends on how you want to build your character, and when you're first starting out, if it helps you more than hinders you, you might as well just kind of like throw the points into it. Because there is, I believe you can respec your character up to 5 times. So you don't have to worry like too much about fucking your character up. There's always going to be the chance to where you can go back and reorganize where you put your fucking skill points, you know what I mean?
Bye.
Bye-bye, little dude. But yeah, you can respec your character up to 5 times. If I remember correctly, I think it's with a book that you're able to find. In this one, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure that's how you do it. You have to either like buy a book or find said book. You can do that up to 5 times before it's either too ridiculous to fucking want to do, or it's just not able to be done.
Spoiled it. I'm surprised you don't have World War II.
Don't have what?
World at War II.
I bought it and got rid of it, bro.
Sounds like you.
Normally I don't get rid of games, but like I gave World War II its fair shot, and the second I saw that they announced that they were putting fucking being able to fucking essentially pay to win, I fucking sold that shit.
How you play the game is not, you could spend, I could spend $100 and I could be a noob, and it wouldn't benefit me at all. Or I could level up myself, and since I'm actually really good at the game and not an incompetent fuck, I'm actually really good at the game without even trying to be.
Don't get me wrong, I'm actually fairly good at it. It's just
no, that's what I mean.
And I will give him credit. Sledgehammer actually did a really good job with the zombies, in my opinion.
I don't know why you didn't keep it for zombies then afterwards.
I'm actually pretty hard up for cash right now, sadly. Got a lot of shit going on. I might pick it back up later on, just for the zombies. But yeah, exactly. I'm not really willing to pay $60 for one zombie map. You know what I mean? Well, I mean, I know the dude at my local game store, so he always gives me I usually only buy my games there, so he always gives me a good price if I have to sell them back, because he knows, like, I'm not just a gamer, I'm a collector of games. So if I'm selling a game, he knows I'm hard up for cash to begin with.
Game enthusiast.
Exactly. I mean, I've been playing games for fucking like 20 years now, so that's saying a lot considering PlayStation just had its 20-year anniversary.
Yeah. I've only been playing since, I don't know, it's about 8 or 9 when I picked up my controller, so about 11 or 12 years.
Right, I've had a PlayStation since PlayStation was a thing, and my uncle actually, he actually taught Sony's lead sound developer his first guitar note, so I actually know people at Sony, so, we took a tour back in the day, and we saw Move, like, the PlayStation Move, like, 10 years before it was even fucking released, so... dude had an awesome studio, though, like, completely soundproof. When I was visiting, like, he was doing one of the bowling games.
Nice.
Yeah.
That was like my buddy, he worked for Warner Brothers.
See, that's really fucking cool too, because Warner Brothers does a lot of cool shit.
I got my own tour. It was by my homie, and he was like, I asked if I was able to show my friend around, and they said yeah, and cleared about 2 hours of my schedule for me.
That's sweet.
And he goes, oh yeah. And he goes, I told them how you like Harry Potter and how you read all the books when you were a kid. And I was like, yeah. Like a guy came out and I instantly knew him. Author of the fucking movie, of the recent movie that came out for the Harry Potter movies. He
I know
was
what you're talking
there, and
about.
I was like, oh shit. I forget his name, I can't think of it right now. And so I was like, trying my hardest not to fangirl.
Right.
And
Oh my
he
god,
walked up to
I
me,
fucking
yeah,
love it.
pretty fucking much. And I was like, alright, let's be cool. And
Right.
so we just started talking, and he was like, so I hear you're a fan of all my books, and the books, the movies, all of it. And I was like, yeah. And I was like, I really liked the books when I was a kid because it went into depth. And like you would just, it would go into so much detail, you would be able to visualize it while you're reading. And I don't know, we talked for about like 10-15 minutes, and he's like, I'll be right back. He goes, comes back, closes his office door, and hands me a wristband for Universal Studios a week before the Harry Potter exhibit opened.
That's awesome.
And it was to not only just that portion, it was to the whole park.
No, that's awesome.
And so he was like, yeah, and he goes, it's a VIP pass, and you're able to go anywhere in the park with it. And he goes, and you don't have to wait in line. And he goes, you can use the fast pass. I was like, oh, let's do it.
That's super sweet. Yeah.
And I was like, let's do it. So my buddy and I went, and both my buddy and I, the guy who was working for WB, we both have back issues. And so after the whole entire day of going on rides and everything, oh my god, we got off and we were like crawling from the depths of hell trying to get back to our cars. It hurt.
No, I know exactly how that is. I actually have spina bifida, so like it's like a lifelong degenerative bone disease. So
I know what spina bifida is.
yeah, sadly I have that, and so I'll be dealing with that shit the rest of my life. Yeah.
Yeah,
luckily enough, I'm not paralyzed already, so I'm pretty cheesed about that. So
yeah.
Because they told me I'd be paralyzed by the time I was fucking like 21, 22, so I'm obviously doing pretty well at this point.
Wait, you're 21?
I'm 29.
I thought, yeah, I was gonna say, and I was like, bro, it's like, that's how I thought you were saying like you were almost 30.
Yeah, I'm almost 30, so I've fucking outlived that by far.
Yeah, hell yeah. Man.
Later in life, my doctor, after my first doctor, told me if I had played like contact sports and worked really hard, I would have fixed my back. Luckily enough, I had been practicing martial arts for 10 some odd years at that point, so my back had been pretty strong.
Yeah. Sounds like
luckily for me, I didn't play like fucking I never played football as a kid. I played every other sport known to fucking man, but I didn't play football.
Yeah, I played like when I was a kid, I used to play like baseball, soccer. Then when I got older and realized that I had an anger issue, I went on the.
I've even played water polo.
At my middle school.
Yeah, I've even played water polo, which actually is one of my favorite sports to play at this point in time now. But it actually, if you've ever played it, you already know, like, it takes some fucking serious work to be able to play water polo, because not only are you hovering in water for about 2 hours, you gotta fucking play the game while you're fucking hovering in water for 2 hours, otherwise you're gonna fucking drown.
Yeah. And you gotta know. Yeah, you go in a noodle, you come out fucking like Jesus. You get ripped.
You have to be, like, because of a stomach surgery as a kid, I never got like my stomach tissue was cut through to fix a problem when I was a kid. I had a pyloric stenosis, so essentially, if you don't know what that is, just for reference for the stream, essentially my stomach valve, like somewhere in my intestines, my stomach was shut off by their skin. So I could eat, digest, but I couldn't poop for any reason whatsoever. I couldn't poop. I didn't poop for the first like year and a half of my life.
See,
So
my
it
brother
actually
had,
spontaneously fucking like forcibly vomit. My mom said that like as a 1-year-old child I would puke and I would leave bruises on her when it hit her.
ah.
So I was unable to
Yeah.
poop, so they had to go in my stomach, so they had to cut through my fucking my stomach muscles. So it's like I could get a 6-pack, but it wouldn't be a 6-pack, it'd be like a 7-pack.
Yeah. But yeah, my brother
Run
about
down
like
and get
a
a
year and a half
cigarette.
ago had a cancerous tumor removed in his stomach, and every time he ate, it hurt. Like there would be like severe pain after he like 15-20 minutes after he'd eat.
I definitely know.
Yeah.
You'll flat out die. You know what I mean? You can't eat without having pain. You will die.
Yeah, he got it removed, but they were saying that if he doesn't take his meds, then it's a possibility. There's a high chance that it'll come back. And he was like, well, he's like, I can't afford the meds. It's like, unless you guys are trying to give them to me for like $20. He's like, but like $300-400 a bottle, and that's per refill. He's like, no. He's like, I'm good. I think he's currently AFK, talking to his wife.
I can hear you. I'll be right back to my station, so give me just a minute.
Check this out.
Yeah, I was trying to bum the smoke. Where's your pack, babe? You're out? Fuck.
Zacząłem gdzieś strzelać. Finish the mission.
I believe I'm still at the road of sacrifices, just kind of looking around, making sure I got everything. Ooh. Almost ran into the boss's area again. The Crystal Sage. Which I'm actually right in front of the area you would fight him at. If I remember correctly, he's like a big fucking wizard, pretty much. He has a big wizard's head, and he kind of like fades in and out.
Alright, I'll catch you guys later.
Alright, Jinx, I'll talk to you soon, buddy.
Yeah, you too, my friend.
One. But that's my own personal opinion. Like you get on the forums and shit, you'll like have a bunch of people telling you this, that, and then there'll be a bunch of the hardcore fanboys like, ah, Demon Souls is where it's at. Ooh, I want to say PlayStation 2? PlayStation 1 had internet, it just wasn't as prevalent at the time. I've had everything, like, from ColecoVision up. Dreamcast was really good, if I remember the name of the game correctly, it was, StarCraft. Really cool game. It was essentially like it was the first, like, it was the first game with the social space that you could play on console. It was kind of like, I think it was more like the first Mass Effect. It was the closest thing to what like Mass Effect was probably based off of. No, that was yeah, that was Star Fox. StarCraft was I want to say it was StarCraft, but I'm kind of drunk at this point, so you were your own made character, and it was the first game where you kind of like explored and.
What is that, motherfucking trance?
What up, Wib?
What up?
But it was the first game with like a real social space where you could walk around and talk to people and shit.
You don't play no more Fauna, I see.
I haven't played it in a while, honestly.
Lake Dominion is now out.
You said it's now out?
Yep, Lake Dominion.
Oh, is it? I haven't really played since they released tournament mode, so I never even really touched the tournament mode.
Shaman and Ambush are out.
I know they're out. I've been keeping up with it, but I haven't fucking been playing at all. Like right now, I'm fucking really into I went back to Dark Souls 3 and I'm playing some Battlefront.
Yeah. Destiny 2.
Yep. I'll probably start hopping back on Destiny 2 when Curse of Osiris comes out.
You probably switched that for Honor. Me and Josh.
What about For Honor?
I said you probably tricked at it, me and Josh. Because you haven't played so long.
Oh yeah. I hopped on like 2 or 3 weeks ago. Played against like a level 3 fucking Lawbringer bot and still went like 20 in like 2.
Try fighting a level 3 album.
I hopped on the leaderboards the other day and I'm still one of the highest fucking leveled people in the world, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm still top 100 in the fucking ranking board, so.
I'm number 3 Lawbringer.
Nice. Since I haven't played in like 2.5 months, I didn't play the last like 2 seasons. Like I hopped on last season to check out the new characters. I didn't do that in this one. I checked like 2 or 3 days ago, and I'm still 78 in the world for levels, so I was pretty stoked about that.
That's easy. That's the easiest boss to get to. Literally, the crucifixion was.
If you're watching the stream, I'll show you how to get there. I'm about to put my soapstone down in front of it again, because apparently a bunch of people need help with them. Earlier today, I was sitting here thinking, like, oh, this game's probably, like, dead online on most areas.
No, Dark Souls is not dead.
Well, I was thinking, like, most areas for, like, PvE help, you know what I mean? I would assume at this point most people are just like, yeah, I'll fucking do it by myself.
Yeah.
That's not the case. People are still like,
oh,
help me!
When you go to like level 78 and you go to like Pontiff and you crack a dried finger, yeah.
Oh, you still getting
like,
baited like a motherfucker in this game, yeah.
Yeah, I know. No, but if you go to the Pontiff area, you crack the dried finger, you'll see like 60.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by it's so not dead.
Yeah, I realized that shortly after playing it again, like, oh yeah, it's not dead whatsoever. Considering there's still people playing, Demon Souls till they shut it down last week, I was pretty stoked about that. Like, damn, there's still niggas playing Demon Souls? Fuck.
They shut it down?
Yeah, they shut the servers down like 2 or 3 days ago, bro.
Why?
Because most online games only have a shelf life of 10 years now.
I suggest you don't watch my recent video.
It's sad, like, I would hope that they don't do that with a lot of games, but 10 years is a fucking lot of playtime for most games. If you've been playing a game for 10 fucking years, you're probably in need of a new game at that point.
Yeah. I gotta tell my friend that. If he plays Demon Souls a lot and I'm about to tell him, hey, no more Demon Souls, he's like, why?
It was such a good game, though. Crippling Depression. I suggest you don't watch my recent video.
Line mode got taken off?
Yeah, I think, I'm pretty sure it got shut down like 3 days ago. 3 or 4 days ago.
So you can't no longer online it, but you can still play it.
Yeah, you can still play it, because you already know it's mainly like an offline game to begin with. You're just... But I'd imagine the next couple weeks we'll have some computer aficionado fucking start his own server up. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna start their own server up on the game of people that still play it, because there's probably like thousands of people that still play it.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh, I know a good idea. Let's play Demon Souls all over again. And like 700 other people have the same idea.
And the cool thing about that is, they'll kind of like add their own mods, so like it'll be kind of a new game to begin with.
Uh-huh.
What's your most recent video there, Sacrifice?
Uh-huh.
This dude hopped on my fucking stream, and his name's Crippling Depression. He says, I suggest you don't watch my most recent video, and I'm just curious as to what it's about. Like, why would you suggest I don't watch it? Like
right off the bat, like, I don't know, like, I'll watch it.
Like, I don't watch a whole lot of YouTube videos to begin with, so you're gonna have to entice me a little bit more than that.
Too many fucking videos in the window.
I played too much Dark Souls for you to fucking one-shot me and goad me into fucking doing something dumb.
That was good, bro.
Good, good.
They aren't bugging you this time. They're like asleep or something.
Yeah. Yeah, the kids are just chilling. We
Usually
celebrated
they're
my
like,
daughter's
"Hey,"
first
you're like,
birthday
"What is it,
today.
sweetie?" And like you always say that when you're at like.
Was it crippling depression? That is actually a pretty cool fucking YouTube name. I'll give it to him.
Let's go to fight, motherfuckers. Let's go to fight.
Well, since you're looking at it, what was his most recent video? Is it ridiculous? Fucking DuckTales? I fucks with them. I fuck with some DuckTales. That was one of my childhood favorite shows for sure. Alright, I might like this kid.
That's retarded. It's like, is it half made and shit?
DuckTales didn't have the greatest animation to begin with, because we're talking like same years that fucking like Donald Duck and fucking Mickey Mouse were still really fucking popular. Like they were trying to still branch out and still be popular, even though they were like 100 years old at that point. Money for weed. I'm gonna add the check your station out, bro. Because I'm a big fan of retarded humor. The more retarded it gets, the more entertained I am. I love retarded shit.
All the videos on YouTube. All in like.
Damn.
Oh my god. Oh, you're not. Oh, you're not. I'm thinking that's why he called himself Crippling in the first place.
Right.
I have osteoporosis.
I'm Scott Malkinson. I have diabetes.
I have diabetes.
My name's Scott Malkinson. I have diabetes.
I kind of talk like Louis and Satan.
Why did he just wave at a dog? Where'd my 20,000 souls go? Fuck is going? Yeah, but where'd I fucking drop my souls at? I just killed those 3 guys. It's not over there. It does that with like a little bit of lag. Shit does that sometimes.
Dark Souls tends to produce souls like a few seconds before you die, so that if you're like right next to the edge of the map and you don't want to actually fall off the edge of the map again,
Yeah, just to fuck with you.
Yeah. It's like, oh, where the fuck did my souls go? Oh, it's about 10 seconds before you die, you know?
I know what you're talking about.
Baby,
Yeah,
I need a cigarette.
so do I. Are you talking about in the undead settlement? That I fucking completely skipped that shit. Mm. It really depends on what you're trying to do with your game. Yeah. Like I said, your first playthrough, I can't stress enough to not watch videos of people ahead of you. A lot of the fun is figuring it out. A lot of the fun is figuring out your own playstyle and where you're going with it and all that.
Welcome home, speak. Very well, then touch taken.
Yeah, anything with red eyes you can expect to be stronger than the usual versions of them.
Yeah, Black Knight.
Yeah, probably the Black Knights. No, that's the area I'm in, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah, what you need to do is really kind of like, with the exception of the very few NPCs, you need to draw them out one by one. If they have a sword, you want to fight them one by one, period. Doesn't really matter what the fuck they are. Even the little guys that you one hit, if there's 5 of them on you, they will fucking kill you. Yeah. And then you'll be all super pissed off because you just died to a bunch of little dudes. Yeah, for sure. Oh, it happens to everyone. When you're first starting this game, there's gonna be some shit where you're just like, I'm about to throw my fucking controller, but I'm just gonna walk away. The boss, Volt.
And a fine day it is. So,
Yeah, the Ice Knight looking guy that crawls around on all fours. Yeah, you gotta just poke him in the butt, bro. Just poke him right in the butt. On almost every single character in this game, you dodge towards them and not away from them. I mean, it's kind of like reverse logic, but if you dodge towards them, you're gonna miss their hitbox a lot of times. You dodge away from them, you're kind of dodging into a area to where it gives their hitbox longer time to hit you. Pinocchio has hair. Yeah. Yeah, nah. uh, like there's a point in like Planet Hulk where Hulk has a fucking mohawk and body armor. Yep. I think that's where they first introduced She-Hulk too. In the animated series, anyway.
Ashen 1.
Ah, just good, wasn't he? Pretty be
Yeah.
careful.
I love comic books. I especially loved when they were, there was a point in time, probably like right before you were born, when they started doing, tangents. So they're combining one hero with another hero. Like there's Dark Claw, where it's Wolverine and fucking Batman combined. Really fucking cool series. Probably one of my favorite tangents. But it's essentially Batman with Wolverine's body. Really fucking cool. It's when they introduced like Pandora's box. Because you got to remember, Wonder Woman has a lot of ties to like Greek mythology. Because if you don't know, Wonder Woman is Zeus's daughter, essentially, and she's the god killer. I've been wanting to see the new Justice League. I'll probably go check it out, but I've heard a lot of bad reviews, but it's kind of to be expected since Ben Affleck became Batman. They'd had a better time with Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Matt Damon. Yeah, Bane's one of the cooler ones for sure. Well, that's like original Bane, you know what I mean? Because I think it's Doctor Strange that gives him the fucking Bane powers, and when he becomes Bane, he becomes like super buff. That's kind of like part of the serum that they give him. And then he injects himself, like he has the mask and the little tanks that give him more Bane formula, which make him even buffer as he fights Batman quite a few times. Yeah, originally it was a luchador. Yeah. Well, I mean, Batman's, like, workout regimen would kill a normal man. Like, that's kind of like how Batman was, like, created around that. He's, like, he's human, but he's inhuman at the same time.
He has an invisible weapon! I can't fucking... Ah! Yeah, his weapon is invisible. I hate this new glitch going around, bruh. You randomly have a chance of getting an invisible weapon.
Really?
Yeah. This raider is hitting me with nothing but air, and it's like, he can stun tap me and everything, and you have to react based on how quick his hands are moving. Like, you can't see his attacks coming because he's holding no weapon. You can see his attack. Like, you can see his attack indicator go off, but you don't see what attacks he's doing. You gotta guess whether or not they're light or not.
Well, they all have very specific moveset, so you should just
Yeah, but
take yourself
you
back to
only see
training
his
and
hands.
only
You
watch
don't see
that.
his weapon. That's what makes it hard.
Oh, I'm sure it makes it hard.
I know, but you can't really do that when his weapon is invisible.
Yeah, I haven't played in a while, so I can't really give you a definitive answer as to whether that would affect me a whole lot, but I'm the type of fighting game player that just, like, I watch body movements before I watch the weapon itself. I haven't checked it out. I've heard good things and bad things, but currently I'm just personally banning anything that has fucking shitty microtransactions in it.
Highlighter has the 4.
Yeah, from what I've seen is they made some endgame content that just kind of revolves around you either spending like 80 hours to fucking get the endgame or spend 80 bucks to get the endgame. I'm really not trying to fight. Yeah, that's pretty much what it's based around. I'm not into that kind of shit. Call of Duty pisses me off about that shit because they made a game that all people really want to do is make their weapons look the way they want. They even go out of their way to make a weapon like editor so you can fucking make your own skins. But they go out of their way to make it so shitty that you still have to buy their skins that they fucking develop.
This raider? Okay. Here's what I don't get.
Like, if they did their job right, you wouldn't have to make you wouldn't have to buy their shit because you would be able to make it through the regular fucking weapon creator.
Here's what I don't get. I did Shigoki's run. Like his fast run. And this guy still plunge attacked me as I was already currently.
That's kind of harsh.
I stood still. I heard him go, ah! I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. Plunge attack. Still hits me.
Dead.
I did Shigoki's fat ass run.
Well, I told you
Like,
that they never fixed
stupid,
the
man.
instant plunge attack. As long as you can figure out how to do it, they
The raider threw a bomb at me, right? The exploding fire bomb.
yeah.
He threw that at me. What happened was, I did the Shigoki's fat ass run out of that. I turned, I saw the punch attack exclamation point symbol. So I started running again, and he still hit me with the punch attack.
I have it downloaded. I haven't played it in a while, but I do like Fortnite. I love Battle Royale type shit. It's just super fun to me.
Every time I play, yeah, I can't beat you. You're too good, dude. This guy texted me saying every time I play you, I can't beat you. You're a good dude. Yeah, I know. I've fought this guy a lot of times.
That's how it gets in For Honor. You start to encounter the same people over and over again because the player base is
I'm sending him an image
pretty
of my position
limited.
in the world with Lawbringer, and then I'm sending him a meme. Hey,
Man after my own art.
I'll send you a meme. This meme is of the genuine quality. Look at that meme. That meme is funny.
I'll check it out when I'm not streaming. Maybe it'll load a bit faster. Invade other worlds, I will.
Well, somebody's on the run because there's a helicopter.
Panda.
Aw.
Panda, panda, panda.
Panda, panda, panda. Panda, panda, panda.
Panda.
Panda. Panda, 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 panda. Like a lot of. I don't know. I'll be right back.
Alright,
I'm gonna go join this guy real quick.
Played what? I haven't picked it up yet. I probably will at some point. I'm a big fan of fighting games to begin with, so that's the only reason I'll check it out at some point. I saw that, and it was only $20 on PlayStation Store as well, so. I already told you if you need me to, just fucking let me know and you can summon me if you're in the same area. Like, if you want to summon me in particular, we'd have to set up a, yeah, password. The only reason I died was for the simple fact that I just said fuck it after the host died. It's definitely one of the better weapons for sure. Right. Yeah, the only reason I waited for Black Friday was because I wanted the DLC for sure. Right. That's harsh. you haven't played GTA Online, that's a decent buy. But if you just bought the game, you're gonna end up buying a bunch of useless shit with that $100 shark card for sure. I love being able to fucking survive like full onslaughts by these assholes. It's just fucking hilarious to me. Like the NPCs can sit there and do their entire fucking like swing attack, like where they just like randomly swing at you back to back to back, and I just fucking eat it and kill them. The strongest one's in the area right now. I do need to go kill that fucking bastard Black Knight though. That's how I was feeling last time I fought him. Like if I'm gonna fight somebody like that, I wouldn't be able to two-hit him. Which I'm probably not too far off from that right now. Well, remember, this game is a big labyrinth, so you're not really supposed to, like, remember everywhere you've been or everything you've done, for that matter. Yeah, from your like initial spawn, you just go down the like little incline, the little hill or whatever, then you just head straight left. The bosses aren't easy by any means in this game. It's not meant to be easy though. Like, you're supposed to be learning from dying. Once you figure out how to, like, get moving and shit, you're pretty good off. What are you giggling about?
A show that you wouldn't like. So don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, because you wouldn't like that show. Dude summoned me, then was already in the fucking boss fight. She don't have me. you keep moving, you don't even really need to run behind the ability. You just gotta keep moving the whole time. If you're running at him, run to the side slightly and you'll be good. I just got a sweet new one. I will say I've helped at least 4 people through that same boss fight since we've been talking. You would have to summon me if you want me to help you. You would have to summon me from the area that you need help at. Are you already at the boss right now? If you're about, let me know when you get there and we'll set up a password and all that. You gotta be just outside the door. Yeah, you just gotta run through and kill. I think it's 3 wizards that you have to kill before you can get there. And you kinda wanna kill the dude with the, like, lantern. So he doesn't fucking, summon the rest of the dudes, yeah.
Game on, bitch. Sorry. Let's take shots.
You know a shot if you want.
With you, I want you to take a shot with me.
I got a drink.
We have to toast and do a shot.
I will toast and drink my drink. You want it?
Not as my other shot.
Okay.
Ashtray.
Alright, go into your options.
Joy, give me the ashtray.
It'd be system, then L1 twice. Then you're looking for password matchmaking. Password matching. Yeah, just put Trench, T-R-E-N-C-H, as your password. Just regularly. You put that as your password? Yeah, T-R-E-N-C-H. Alright, I'll lay a soap sign, and you just look for it. It'll be right outside the door. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you have to be embered to summon. Then you'll have to wait a couple seconds after you've embered. Yeah, when you're not embered, it's 30% less HP than when you are embered. When you're invading, I think it scales you to whoever you're invading at the time. So it really depends on how, like, what the level difference is. You have to be just in front of the door, so like 5 or 6, yeah, it's like 5 or 6 steps in front of it before you can even lay one. It's Sir Cock and Balls, yeah. Yeah, my wife picked my character's name. It'll say summoning, and then you'll see me. Yep. Yeah, actually made the Hulk. That's awesome. I gave my dude like a Sharingan tattoo on his face. I don't care for One Piece. Like, how you can make a fucking pirate not be able to swim? It drives me crazy. I can't make it past the first episode either. That's hilarious. Some people really like that series, but I can't fucking get into it for the life of me. I mean, there's like... I love Dragon Ball Super. I've been going all the way through that. Same. Yeah, the Dragon Ball Super is a really good fucking series right now. That kind of pissed me off too. Like, he all got all buff, and they're like, oh yeah, we're not even gonna use him in the tournament now. Well, Oob is not canon if you didn't know, like, but the cool thing is they do hint towards making Oob canon. Yeah. Yeah, they definitely speculate that Oob's gonna be a character. Yeah. He essentially wishes for Kid Buu to be reborn. The Great War is one of the best fucking arcs for sure. It's where Naruto like really comes into his power. Oh yeah, for sure. One of the best episodes of all of Naruto. Even Madara fucking acknowledges Guy, and that's saying a lot. You know what I mean? Like, he doesn't acknowledge anybody through the entire series except for Hashirama. And then he's like, I acknowledge you. And you're just like, fuck yeah! I acknowledge him too! And your guys beat. Done deal. Yeah, that was actually really funny / cool at the same time. You're like, oh yeah, that's where the thumbs up comes from. Well, I mean, that's a fitting death for anybody in the Naruto series, really, taking on all 7 ninja swordsmen. And if you think about it, like, they say he kills at least 4 or 5 of them. So that's killing a lot of ninjas. Fucking the ninja swordsmen, that's a lot of them. The alien looking fucking things? What the fuck is that? What are those? The halfway fortress and the crucifixion woods. I have like 3 little bodies standing next to them. I don't know what the fuck they mean. I call you a bastard.
Welcome, host speak. Very well, then top taken up.
Those spells are really hard to avoid. I just run away and make them fucking smack into a wall, then run back at them. That's what it is. It's like a swarm of flies or some shit. Like cursed flies. Right. I can't tell you enough. Just take your time, dude. If you rush too fast through the story, you're gonna get to a boss to where you're gonna have to level up like 30 or 40 times before you're able to beat him. Increase my strength again, why not?
Farewell, may the
Yeah. Yeah, always be careful. You don't want to block too much, because if they hit you with like a more powerful attack and they drain all your stamina, you're gonna be pissed off. I feel like there should be an NPC that I don't have yet.
What do you wish?
Yeah.
Have a pleasant journey.
Yeah, the dogs, no matter how good you get, they're always gonna be pretty fucking slippery. Yeah. If you, there's actually, like, you know the grave that has the sword right in front of it, right where that dog spawns? There's an NPC that'll randomly spawn there, and you need to talk to him to be able to progress his fucking storyline.
Till we meet again.
I've gotten most of the NPCs. The only NPC I haven't found yet is actually Patches, the dude that locks you into the, like, trap area. Patches is a reoccurring character. He's shown up in all the games. And, you'll know him because he traps you in somewhere. He's in all the games, and he always traps you somewhere. Then is like, when you get out and go to kill him, he's like, "Oh, I didn't mean to fucking trap you in there and try and kill you. I didn't mean that at all. I wasn't gonna steal all your shit when you died at all, I swear." But yeah, that's how you'll know it's Patches when he tries to lock you in somewhere to die. You'll know it's Patches. Yeah. He lets you get up to 5 before he gets murdered by the other chick. Yeah, to get the full 5 levels, you have to, die like 16 times before you kill one of the bosses, which I think is the boss that you have to kill that you just killed. I think the boss that you just killed, as long as you died 16 times before you faced him, you were able to get 5 free levels from him. Oh yeah, I got the 5 free levels for sure. It's not too big, but that's the only way you can get the trophy for saving all of the NPCs. You can only pick one of... There's 3 NPCs that you don't have to save, but you have to save one. And you kind of pick between the 3 of them, like whichever one you want more. It doesn't matter which one you pick, you'll still get the trophy, but... You have to save all the non-playable characters, which means you have to, like, complete all of their storylines, which is way harder said than done. The dude that you have to sneak up on to get into the cage on his back. I didn't do that. That's not, to my knowledge, that's not part of what I'm trying to do right now, which is save all the NPCs. You do have to do that to actually join his, covenant. You can still do the covenant, and you can still, like, progress through the covenant, but you can't actually join the covenant without doing that. Yeah. He actually leads you to an area where he takes you to the Curse Rotted Great Woods, boss fight area before you're actually fighting them, which is actually pretty cool. I think you're able to fight the dancer, like, as soon as you're able to, You might have to progress through part of the storyline before you're able to like go back and fight him though. Ooh, holy shit! I actually got parried by like an NPC fucking Mad Phantom. Yeah. The Uchi Katana, yeah. I'd have to go there and see what the fuck it is before I'd be able to tell you, honestly. Yeah, if I know what you're talking about, there's actually an area to your right when you spawn that you can drop off. And if you drop off, you'll be able to like open up the shortcut to get to the boss. Yeah, if I remember correctly. Yeah, you have to look out for that. Sometimes the dogs will be like pregnant and shit, so you have to really be careful. Dark Souls will definitely give you plenty of playtime. Because even after you beat it, there's going to be a bunch of shit that you haven't done in it. Like, I put more hours into Dark Souls 3 than I have into Bloodborne, but I have the Platinum for Bloodborne. Talking about poison, or you need a certain kind of moss to eat? If you go back to the shrine, you can buy one from the chick that you will have to walk by to get to the armor. You're better off waiting until you get the gold covetous ring. That increases item drop rate from enemies. Did you get your covetous serpent ring from Firelink? Yeah. Which I didn't know was a glitch. I've always just kind of done that. They actually nerfed the bleed significantly. They nerfed the shit out of it a while back, and it used to be way worse, bro. Like, we're talking, you start bleeding, you're dead no matter what. Yeah, you'll die pretty much every single fucking time you start to bleed. Before they patch that shit. If you're at the first bonfire, I want to say you just, like, go to your immediate right. Yeah, like, I couldn't tell you, honestly. Like I said, I'd have to fucking see whether you, see where you're actually at. Fuck is this guy using that he has such a huge fucking hitbox? Yeah. I killed a dark spirit. Yeah, the invaders. You can turn online off if you really don't want to be invaded, but there's a few NPC invaders that will automatically invade you. Yeah, they're nowhere near the skill level of the invaders that are playing at this point in time. Like I said, I could be thinking about a different area entirely. I would suggest you go back to the area I just helped you through. Have you beaten the 2 NPCs in the middle island? Have you beaten the Dark Knight over to the far right? Yeah, I'd go back and fight him now. Oh yeah, for sure. He's super useful. So there's no point in not talking to him. No, he one shots you if you're low level for sure. Just fucking murdering me with a pickaxe. Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, you gotta put in some serious work to do real damage with pyromancies. Mm-hmm. Fucking invaded. Again. I just killed an invader and an NPC invader and they allowed me to be invaded again. I usually just leave the ember off, but I embered so I can summon someone to kind of like breeze through this area, but that's not the case. This dude's AFK, so I'm just gonna kill him. How you gonna invade me AFK? Like, what the fuck, bro? That's pretty funny. That's one of the more fun parts of this game, for sure. If you get the dried finger, it allows you to not only be able to summon more people, but it allows more people to invade you. So you can have 3 summons and like 2 people attacking you at the same time. So it makes shit really fucking hectic. Have you talked to the Great Tree yet? If you go to Firelink and act like you're going back outside to the start out area in Firelink. Well, if you're looking at walking outside of Firelink and you turn to the left, there will be a staircase going up. And there'll be a big tree that says examine on. If you examine it, it'll give you a... What is the item's name? I'll have to... Give me a second, I'll look at it. Seed of a giant tree. The item's effect is enemies react to invaders. So if you've been invaded, you know that invaders kind of like work with the bad NPCs to try and kill you. Well, that changes that. So you also need these seeds to be able to progress different part of the storyline. You need a total of 4 to be able to do something with them. But they're completely worth using just to fuck that one NPC that thinks he's fucking, well, that one invader that thinks he's way sweeter than you by running into a bunch of fucking NPCs thinking he's protected. Pop one of those fucking things and he gets wrecked by a bunch of NPCs, he's gonna fucking send you some hate mail. That should be your goal in any game like this, where you want to get hate mail from fucking people that think they're fucking like, bro, you invaded me and you're sending me hate mail now. Like, are you serious?
Welcome home, my young one. Speak thine heart's desire. Very
Right.
well, then touch the darkness within me.
Yeah, Force is like super funny because you can knock people off. I'm almost level 50 and I still haven't left that area yet. It's one of the DLC weapons if it's just pure fire. Nah, it wouldn't let you drink an Estus.
Farewell, I made
That happens in a lot of games, sadly. It's just from them hiring, well, not even hiring testers, because you used to be able to get paid as a tester. Now you pay them to test their games for you. Because, I don't know, in the old days I used to get fucking money for testing people's games. Now they want me to pay them $60, buy their game, then test it for them. Oh, they'll come back to it eventually when the gaming community actually comes together and is like, you know what? Fuck you. Not fuck us, fuck you.
Just what needs me.
Alright. What I'm personally using right now is Covetous Silver Serpent Ring. Fallen full foes yield more souls. I transferred the +2 over to this character from another character. The Priestess Ring increases faith, which I could probably switch that out for some. I'll probably use Boost Miracles for a little while. Covetous Gold Serpent Ring +2. Fallen foes are more likely to drop items, and the Estus Ring.
Oh, you're back again. Let us begin with the basics. Oh, you could.
Just because I can't buy any actual attack fucking miracles, I'm kind of leaning towards just becoming a fucking sorcerer again.
Oh, chap, do you wish?
Well, I mean, the faiths, well, I guess the, miracles are pretty cool, but, like, sorceries don't allow you to heal yourself. Trust me, here, once you hit, like, level, I want to say, like, 70-something, you'll be like, oh, 13,000 souls, that's nothing. Like, that's not even a level up for me at level 50. You'll need to progress a little bit more. But you said you're what, level like 20 something? Yeah, if you're level 26, you can go to the area that I just helped you through and either be summoned, I would say be summoned, a few times, and you'll be able to gain enough souls to level up a few times. I'll be playing it again when the new DLC comes out, but I already have 305 characters, so there's not a whole lot of reason for me to play it right now. I mean, I'm only missing one exotic weapon, so there's really not a whole lot for me to do at all at this point. The last few levels of light are always much harder to get than like the final lights. Before they drop the light back down to like 3 something. I haven't even picked up Dragon Ball Xenoverse 2. I can't remember the name of the game, but the next Dragon Ball Z game looks... Yeah, I think it's Dragon Ball Fighters. Looks really good. It's actually... Yeah, it actually looks like somebody drew it out instead of like they like tried way too hard to animate it. Yeah, I'd say it's probably closer to that, because, like, when they activate the skills, it's like, there's a short cutscene, and then they blast it. And the new Naruto series that's coming out, like, I think it's Naruto Boruto Legends or something like that. That looks really good as well. Yeah. No, there's one past that. I want to say it's like Legends or something like that, because they're obviously, just like they always do with anime games, they're gonna reduce the amount of playable characters that there are. Not necessarily to make it look better, but when they start a new series, they want less playable characters, so the next game in the series has some fucking form of sell point. You know what I mean? Because if they released, they made a new Naruto game and they had every single character you could possibly fucking think of, there'd be no reason to buy the second game. They did that with all the Dragon Ball Z games too, and that's kind of like they're the ones that really like started the trend with Budokai and Tenkaichi. Then they did Budokai Tenkaichi. So they combined those two series. But what they really did was, like, they kept making the same fucking game over and over again, but they would just add, like, 2 characters at the end of the game, so you'd have to play the whole fucking game over again to get, like, Brawly Super Saiyan. Or, like, 2 Super Saiyan 4 characters, which, like... Cybermen have always been, like, surprisingly good in the fucking video games for some reason. Yeah. The funny thing is, there was actually a game where Tien was, like, the best fucking playable character you could fucking get, because the fucking Tri-Beam would just fucking shit on people, like, oh god, I can't get past the fucking Tri-Beam. Like, bro, it's fucking Tien. Like, I bet you're super fucking salty right now. Yeah. Yeah, that's one of, like, 3 times that Goku actually gets killed, like, beat, and the other 2 times he actually gets killed. I just really, like I've been telling you, I can't get behind any game that has microtransactions, because it's just fucking bullshit to me. Yeah. Yeah, because there's just, like, there's no way to avoid buying something without being, like, either A, super far behind, or B, getting wrecked by the people that did decide to buy something. Like, I can understand people that, like, work too much and have too much shit going on to want to, like, level or be able to compete. But if it's really that important to you that you'd spend money on it, maybe you should put some more time into the game instead of just putting more money into it. Well, yeah, that's just because, like, the day and age you were kind of, like, born into, like, microtransactions are, like, fairly pretty rampant right now in video games. Like, everybody's hopping on the bandwagon to the whole loot box. Call of Duty really kind of like kicked off the whole microtransactions on console, which they should be fucking ashamed of themselves. Battlefront wasn't as bad because it was just like skins and shit like that, so that wasn't that big a deal. But Call of Duty was legitimately the first game that was like, well, we're gonna enhance a weapon that you already have. You can buy this weapon, but this weapon does 20% more damage than the weapon that you have. Yeah, they're essentially like they're essentially just skins, but at the same time they're adding, like, the regular weapon does like 8 damage and the epic version does 12. So it's just like generally like unfair for the people that actually just, it's not that I don't have the money to buy the shit, but it's that I don't want to pay money to fucking win at a game that I feel like I'm already good at. Alright.
You're saying things that you should not be saying.
How so? Yeah, if you're in the area where you actually have to have a torch to be able to see, I definitely advise buying it, if you haven't already found one. Yeah, that was the first Sledgehammer produced zombie mode, I believe. Treyarch is only Black Ops, to my knowledge. Yeah, that's Sledgehammer and Infinity Ward, is what you're thinking of. Treyarch is Black Ops only, because that's like the pristine zombies, the zombie mode that everybody really fucking likes, and that's what really like brought people to the zombie mode. Yeah. That's the one where you're actually like on the like high rise or whatever, right? Where you're on the like skyscrapers. Yeah, that's the only one I didn't care for thus far. Yeah, that's one of my favorites just because of the characters that they picked for it. Yeah. I also like the golden spoon or whatever too, that was pretty funny. Mob of the Dead is probably one of my all-time favorites, with the exception of Transit. I really like Transit. Yeah, Transit was one of my favorites. Hmm? No. Hopped on whatever was popular at the time, yeah. Yeah, my son's really into Five Nights. No, yeah, I think that's why my son likes it so much. It's just that it has that little fear factor to it. I wouldn't say that's necessarily like what makes you hop on the bandwagon. The fact that it's not only super popular, but the fact that it was a decent game is just that most people overhyped it, that to the extent that like thousands of people fucking made their own TV shows about it. Yeah. I'd say like 10 or 12 is when it like first started getting like really popular. Fuck, I forgot about Fair and Keep. No, that's a decent amount. Yeah. I mean, beating one boss per day is a decent accomplishment for Dark Souls. Surprisingly enough, I mean, getting that little shit is really what'll... Yeah, I mean... Yeah, I'm not sure if I've even found it in this playthrough yet, so I'll look in just a second when I'm not surrounded by bad guys. I gotcha. Alright, bro. I will be at least, before work anyway. I got you. Please. Already killed that guy. Damn it! Gotta get through the door, yeah? Ooh. Soul of Crystal Sage. But alright guys, I think I'm gonna spend some souls and hop off for the night.
Welcome home, speak very well, then talk take. Farewell, Ashen One.
That is quite neat. Pretty be careful. I don't want to step.
Alright guys, like and subscribe. Catch me tomorrow.